Okay, so check this out. I'm playing an open E string, and I'm sure we all hear that same note, right? Dun. But did you know that within that note, we're actually hearing much more notes stacked on top of each other? And if you don't hear it, let me show you. So I recorded that one note, and with a spectrum analyzer on the screen, we can see exactly all those extra notes. All these little spikes are called overtones on top of this very note. And exactly these overtones are what makes a not so good guitar sound dull and dead, and what makes an amazing guitar sound brilliant. This is Dana Bourgeois, recognized as one of the world's top acoustic guitar makers. His innovations in design and voicing techniques have shaped modern lutherie, influencing countless builders and elevating the tonal possibilities of the acoustic guitar. His goal?
What I want to have as many different notes as I can bring out, and I want them to be clear and distinct and bell-like.
So we're about to watch Dana shape the guitar top in real time, bringing out the best tones and the overtones. So welcome to video 4 in my acoustic guitar series. So far we've covered body shapes, tone woods, different top woods, and now the big question, what do you really get when you buy a boutique guitar? Is anything over 2K just for the looks? First, I'll show you briefly what overtones are and how to hear them, because they are a key element in Dana's voicing process. Boutique builders like Bourgeois, Collings, Santa Cruz, they hand voice each guitar to maximize its potential. Unlike factory builds, where the volume of the instruments made just make this impossible. Dana's had a huge impact on the guitar world. Widely known as a wood wizard, Dana is one of the key figures in the world of boutique acoustics.
I want, each note to have sort of equal presence. I don't want the bass to overpower everything else. I don't want a screaming treble and no mid-range, that kind of thing. My whole thing has been trying to make a new guitar sound like an old guitar.
Yeah.
And an old guitar, the wood goes through many changes. One of the things that happens is that the wood stiffens up over time. I'm trying to sort of get there sooner if possible by just trying little things.
Here we see the strength of the overtones of a note played on the piano. So you see a strong fundamental and second harmonic, and going up they're all significantly weaker, but there are many. And compare that to a violin, for example. Now there's not nearly as many, but the overtones are much, much stronger. So when you pluck a string, it doesn't just vibrate as a whole, it also vibrates in halves, in thirds, in quarters. And each of those smaller vibrations makes extra pitches. Together they form the harmonic series, which gives the guitar that rich sound we all love.
What I'm trying to do is get as many different resonant frequencies, clear, distinct resonant frequencies when I tap the top. And guitar players always talk about a wonderful guitar as having a piano-like tone. So we're trying to bring out all of these resonant frequencies as I shape the braces.
So to make it super audible, the open E string, this is the fundamental, we call this. If we double this frequency, we get the octave. It's exactly half of the string. And then at 1/3 of the string, we find the perfect fifth. Now we tripled the original frequency. If we quadruple the original frequency, so 4 times, we get another octave, so another E. 1/5 of the string, it gives us a major third, G sharp. 1/6 of the string, the B. So this is fun, we have a little triad happening. This is fun, right? And we can keep on going. Now we should get the flat 7. A D, let's see. There we are. It's not the same pitch. This is because of equal temperament and just intonation. So this is for another video, but the octave again. And now we should have the 9. I think this is the 8th overtone. We stop here. F sharp. You hear it? Beautiful. So all these overtones are audible within this note. And to make it even more clear, I prepared a little synthesizer that you can shape however you want it with overtones. So this is just the fundamental. Solo on your phone you won't hear this. And now let's bring in the first overtone, the octave, the second, the fifth, and let's keep on adding. And now you feel like, yeah, you're just playing a chord, stacked notes on top of each other. But if I play a little melody with this, you hear it as one note playing a little melody, right? We can even bring in more overtones. Let's just go crazy. 32 overtones. And imagine playing a chord with all these overtones intertwining, and on an acoustic guitar also amplifying each other, resonating with each other. It's just bizarre.
So I'm just going to hold. So what I'm hearing is they're sort of musical. There's a little bit of thunk in there. I'm hearing some different notes, and I'm hearing some notes that are pretty close together. So I'm going to want to try to spread those apart and get them to ring a little bit more. And the first thing I will do, and I sort of know this from experience, is work on the sides of some of these braces. And that's my typical starting point. Let's see what happens here. Removing wood from the side of the brace usually changes frequencies, but doesn't affect the stiffness very much. So a very simple, small amount of wood has been removed here. Let's see if we can begin to hear a difference.
Big difference.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do is tap over the braces, because I'm actually playing them like marimba bars, or at least that's, that's how the concept I have in my head.
Yeah.
Let's hold it from a different place, and it's a little tight sounding when I hold it over here. So I know I have some more work to do. Sometimes, if you go back and forth between the braces, that's where you can hear the different notes. So I've got some more work to do, but you can already hear that
it's opening up.
Yeah, there's an improvement here. So now I know it's a little stiff on this side versus the flexibility this way. So I'm going to work on these braces, and these braces are pretty low, so I'm mostly going to work on trimming the ends.
So basically you're making the brace a bit weaker, right?
I'm making the brace weaker, exactly. Okay. I'll take these down a little bit. I can already feel.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it moving more now. And they're getting, they're kind of close. Let's see what we've got when we tap here.
But that's good, right?
That's very good, yes, yeah. And they're more musical, more sort of bell-like, yeah. Let's see what I can get from holding by this side. It's already sounding better from this holding point. Different notes. So It's getting a little more bell-like. We're getting a little closer to the flexibility zone. There's a few more things I might do. And you basically stop when the top stops improving.
Yeah, okay.
And you're in the right zone of flexibility. On most guitars, the braces are laid out asymmetrically. In order to produce a bass note, you look at the way the string vibrates. You hit a string and it's slow and it has a large area of excursion. If you play a very high note up here, it doesn't move very far and it's a fast vibration. You want the top to be able to sort of mimic that kind of movement. So there's a stiffer side and a more flexible side. It's vibrating like this, and it's also doing this kind of thing at the same time. And there are other modes that it's vibrating in, but they're all happening simultaneously. If it doesn't sound better, then I'm done. If it does, there's a little more to go, and I'll save that last bit for when I get back to the shop.
It's a brilliant
Okay.
tool.
Say I usually have different sizes of planes, and for different, for different operations. I'm trying to do it all with one size, just because it's easier to travel with one little tool. But okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, we've got some. This is just experience. I mean, I would love to train a robot to do this. In terms of, just building something to a certain flexibility, but okay, let's try one last time here.
That one is crazy.
Those are two different notes, actually.
Wow, and that translates into when you play the guitar, every frequency is accounted for in the top.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
And the top will respond to the frequencies that it is being fed by the strings.
Yeah.
And again, I've got possibly a little bit more work to do here to really just focus it in. But this is, you could see the difference from the beginning to the end.
A very cool experiment, which is impossible by standard, but to have version A mounted on the guitar and version B mounted on the guitar and then really compare it.
Yeah, on the same guitar.
Yeah, that would be super cool, but we could do it and then remove it. And then, is that possible in guitar building? I don't know.
It changes, when you glue the top down.
Yeah.
I mean, cool to see, but how does it sound? Well, I let you be the judge. Let me know what you think.
We're showing everyone what it takes to go from, let's say, just a factory guitar and how much attention to detail a luthier, a skilled luthier, can put in their instruments and tell their story in this way.
And I think that's kind of the definition of a boutique guitar. I mean, these guitars are built in batches. We have a number of modern production techniques that we use, but they're all treated individually. They still get an individual treatment. The woods are selected specifically for the order that comes through. We'll build in a weekly batch of 10 guitars, and they'll move from here to here through production as a batch. But as they get to certain stages, they get individual treatments. And to me, the music is far more important than the thing itself,
Absolutely, yeah. The thing is fun, though, and we can talk about it forever.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you, Paul.
And I'll see you around. Thanks
Very
for watching.
enjoyable.
Goodbye. So I want to make clear that I did not make this video to tell everyone they need a boutique guitar. I know that's just not realistic for most of us. We all have different tastes, different favorite companies, different builders, and different money we want to spend on this hobby or profession. And many techniques pioneered by boutique builders are now trickling down into the more affordable models, which currently are better than ever. So that's good. Also, some Martins I've played through the years, like vintage, but also newer ones, they made me drool, and as far as I know, these stops were not hand-voiced like we saw Dana do. But in the end, it really comes down to build philosophy. Different builders strive towards different sounds, so whether you love Martin, Eastman, Furch, Collings, Yamaha or Bourgeois, it is incredible to see the craft that goes into making an instrument like this. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd like to hear your thoughts, and have a great day. See you next time with another video. Bye.